Okay, so I've got a couple of comments from people who said that, oh, that inmendham video that you responded to, local YouTube drama, that wasn't the one we were talking about where he serves you, even though that is the link they put in my comment sections. It's actually this one here, WTF 464, Fake, Stupid, Insane, the Three Mental Dwarves. That's the one where Gary really pwns your ass, so I guess I'll respond to this one right here. But it's a fucking hour long, so I can't promise I'm going to do this whole thing because I don't want to make like a feature-length drama video. I mean, the king of ponage will leave that sort of frivolity to the peasants. I really like that little gimmick I've come up with when it comes to those guys, by the way, because I've been calling myself alternately the king of ponage and the king of YouTube for years and years and years, like long before they came up with this name Drunken Peasants. So it just works. It's like I'm the king and they're the peasants. I like that. Anyway, though, some people also bitched and moaned that I didn't full screen the videos. Lakey Soey. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that, and here's the reason why. Even though I'm a poor fag, I actually have a pretty damn big flat panel Samsung computer monitor, and it's sitting right on my desk, so when I full screen it like this, it's like I've got this enormous Gary head just floating in front of me, and it's kind of an unsettling effect. So I'm gonna keep it down to normal size like that. Anyway, without further ado, here's my cold reaction to WTF number 464, Fake, Stupid, Insane, ellipsis, the Three Mental Dwarfs. And here we go. Actually, let me go ahead and just thumb this one up before I even start here. Oh, wait. Yeah, I've got to turn it up. You guys can't hear shit. Alright, hold on. Let me pull my, computer speaker a little bit closer, switch to channel left, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume jam. Okay. Alright, we should be good. Okay, here we go.
Happenings in the YouTube psychotic community. Probably a fair description.
Of which you are definitely a member, Gary.
Inmendham perspective. So
it's always the most interesting perspective.
Junk first or something, and then we'll do shit. Then we'll do garbage. In that order or something like that.
Junk, shit, garbage. Check.
So yeah, I don't know. It's all in a way. It's all drama.
Three mental dwarves and three mental dwarves, and we've got junk, shit, and garbage. There's a theme here. There's like some sacred numerology going on or something.
Somehow drama. Because of the extremism of the belief systems, there's no getting around.
Tell me about the extremism of belief systems, Gary inmendham.
It all turns into some sort of saint against evil kind of thing.
Oh boy, this is projection like a
right
motherfucker.
Wrong, kind of an extreme kind of thing. Retarded versus logical. It's very, very strange.
The projection is already smacking me in the face with this video.
And the idea of this occurring to me that this really wasn't about something you fixed in some sort of, like you found out what was broken and you apply some oil, or you put a new part in, or you do something and it's fixed. And the machines are fundamentally different machines.
Speaking as somebody who also works as a mechanic, it helps me to understand Gary's videos because he uses these terms a lot, and not that the average Joe doesn't know what the fuck oil does. I'm just saying, it's a mechanic thing. Hashtag just mechanic things.
There's no replacing the parts. They're just there's nothing. You can't take an idea from my head and put it in these retard heads and have it work the same, because it gets eaten up by that.
Oh, I know. You're such a misunderstood genius, Gary. Just get to the fucking point. I know I'm one to talk, though.
It's irritating.
Yes, it's irritating.
Just, you know,
Get to the point.
makes the battle that much tougher.
Talk about me, Gary.
Battling with stuff rooted
Talk about me.
in psychology
Me.
and an intractability.
Me tube.
So anyway, in one of his sillier videos, Fakesagan, makes this point somehow that there's no changing people, and I think he's going to change people with silly 2,000-year.
Yeah, but then I reversed myself like I so often do in a more recent video. I think it was called like Soul Fully Charged Remove Adapter or some shit like that. So.
Old,
or no, my unplug adapter. Yeah.
Descriptions of the Christian religion. Well, yeah.
Oh, to be fair, you know what? I guess this came out first December 18th. Yeah, so okay, I'm just talking shit.
People who are stupid. I mean, again, I don't know. You might be able to brainwash somebody with that crap, but you can't argue that crap. I mean, most religious people are born, not made. And there's reason for that, because you really can't.
Interesting perspective.
Can't fool a working brain. You can only fool the maturating brain. But anyway, and once they're fooled, once they're conditioned to this religious,
the philosophy of Gary,
they'll fall back to it eventually. They'll, get sucked back into the gravity of that initial stupidity or that childhood fears and nonsense.
Well, wouldn't most atheists make an argument that it's childhood indoctrination, like the seed that's planted in youth finally germinating into whatever.
The boogeyman comes back to eat the zombie corpse.
No, not the boogeyman, the Sky Daddy.
Metaphor.
Sky Daddy.
But anyway, but it just seems such a silly statement in a way, just because obviously people every day are ideas are influential and they do something you wouldn't expect them to do because somebody makes an argument or shows them
I think if anybody's the boogeyman, it's you. Like I could imagine parents trying to scare their children with threats that inmendham is going to be hiding under the bed, like Krampus or something.
A picture or some other kind of bullshit. So anyway, good people go bad over little nonsenses.
Like Ephilism?
They end up voting for Trump or something.
Trump for the win!
Just lots of little bits of nonsense.
Trump is my president. More
Videos
salt.
You say, well, I should make an argument.
More salt, please.
It's just not even worth it. One that sticks out is, Brett Keane uses this atheism is evil argument by just showing,
I still haven't even seen that video yet. I haven't watched that one yet. I should get around to that at some point. But Brett makes so many. I mean, Brett is like you, Gary. He makes like 5 fucking videos a day. At least I keep it down to like 2 at the most.
Hitler and Stalin and Uri Geller and Bombacity. I guess it was Stalin and Mussolini.
I think that was Trotsky. Hold on, wait, what?
The guy?
Let me go back here.
Showing,
What do we got here? So we got Mao. That would be Hitler, Stalin, Trotsky, and Lenin. Yeah, there you go, Gary.
Hitler and Stalin and Uri Geller and
that's Leon Trotsky.
Bombacity.
I thought more of you, Gary. I didn't think you were this ignorant.
Mussolini.
Mussolini, that's fucking Vladimir Lenin. How fucking damn. I'm losing respect points by the minute here, Gary.
Or is that the guy who's a Syrian leader? Anyway, this is really Assad or something. He obviously wasn't religious.
Hold on a minute. Let me check this text. This might be important. Hold on. Let me just reply to this real quick. Okie dokie. Alright, back to the video.
But obviously the biggest holocausts, realistically, I mean, the destruction of the Incas, the South American Indians and the North American Indians, all wiped out by good Christians, and these genocides were almost complete genocides.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to say like the genocide of the Native Americans was a good thing or anything like that, but let's kind of keep it grounded with a little bit of perspective here. They were genociding one another long before Europeans ever set foot on the American continent. So, like through tribal warfare and shit like that. So let's let's not go back to that tired old SJW narrative that like Europeans are evil or some shit. I mean, we had better technology, and shit happens. Guns, germs, and steel, right? Actually, I hate that book though. I mean, you can totally tell it's written by a Jew. Oy vey.
Christians killed the Egyptians, who wiped out a thousands of year old civilization. It's just a silly argument. This it's
Christians killed the Egyptians? Gary, the Egyptians still exist. What the fuck are you talking about?
preposterously silly. Think of all the slaughters of all the civilizations by the Christians in the Crusades. Civilizations we never even heard of, wiped out before they even got on the history book.
Okay, which civilizations are you referring to that were wiped out by the Holy Crusades? Because I can't even think of one. I mean, there was the sack of Constantinople, sure, which, as an Orthodox fellow, I'm actually kind of butthurt about, but nobody got wiped out. Nobody got genocided out of existence. This is Gary. I'll say it again. I'm losing respect points by the minute here. It seems like you're kind of ignorant about history.
Written in the book, just crap arguments from crappy people.
Projection.
So, I guess we'll go into some of the drama on the Brett Keane.
Please get to the. Please do get to the point.
This guy is apparently trying to sell his dupery to maybe the drunken peasants.
Dupery?
Give them the insider dope.
Duplicity?
For some kind of prize of some kind.
Duplicity, Gary.
Having a bunch of recordings of Brett Keane. And who could care? As Brett Keane sort of points out, everything I say in public. Yeah, he's already in public been so wishy-washy and vacillating in everything he believes in that it couldn't really matter what he says because, yes,
well, no, here's what bothers me about Brett Keane is that in public he's saying, like, I'm a Christian and I'm proud of it, right? I'm a God-fearing Englishman and I'm goddamn proud of it, right? But behind the scenes, he's talking about destroying people, putting them into eternal loops of madness, quote unquote, and just sitting back and playing video games while they all kill each other. In a very Nixon-esque manner.
Public videos, you can get quotes of him saying something horrible about somebody and the next minute saying something wonderful about them.
Well, yeah, he's a liar.
The Paul's ego thing. He apologized to Paul's ego, which was hilarious in the sense that Paul's ego was the one who threatened his family, and clearly Brett's,
Well, come on. Once again, let's ground this with a little bit of rational perspective here. Paul's ego threatened to ridicule Brett's family, and yeah, I do think that's crossing a line. I think we should leave family out of this in general. But it's not like Paul was saying, I'm gonna beat up Doran and the kids, or he was talking about putting Brett's son on a t-shirt with the caption that said Waterhead, because his reasoning is like, oh, your son's 18 now, so all bets are off, everything's fair game. I don't really agree with that. I think Paul's kind of a dickhead these days, but I still think it's a little bit of a mischaracterization. It's a little bit hyperbolic to say, like, oh, Paul's threatening Brett's family. I wouldn't go quite that far.
Trying to engineer himself a permanent seat somewhere in the vicinity of the drunken peasant show.
I definitely do think that's what Brett is trying to do. Some people see this as a vendetta, where Brett just really hates the DP because they make fun of him and stuff like that. I see it more as that like the DP are the most successful and highly subscribed people that are within Brett's sphere of influence. Like, they have history with him, and he knows a bit about them. They know a bit about him. So he's like, this is my in. This is my stepping stone to fame and glory. I think that's what it's really about. That's just my theory. Whatever. And it's fun to sit around and armchair psychoanalyze the manatee. We all do it.
Because he needs a show. He's an important man, and needs an important place in the world. But don't we all have that sense? And it almost
clearly you don't.
Fakesagan's maneuvering for some permanent role in, dramadom. But it's...
Motherfucker, I have a permanent role in dramadom. And I'm going to throw those obsolete motherfuckers at Encyclopedia Dramatica another bone, because every time I mention them, they put it in the article. They're like, he's talking about us! We're still relevant! Yeah, like, I'm quite proud to have had an entry on there for a decade. I mean, like, I am well ensconced in the YouTube Drama Hall of Fame. I don't have anything to prove. I've made it. I'm the wolf at the top of the hill, motherfucker. But I'm still hungry for more.
It's so lame that there's not much one can say. He made a video titled, just for the viewing audience, Fakesagan pwns the drunken peasants, and it was,
awesome.
He uses the term weak sauce. Yeah, it was just weak sauce.
I didn't use the term weak sauce in that video.
The pwnage. I'll show a funny image.
Did you even watch it?
And the Amazing Atheist. That's the pwnage.
For one thing, whoever says weak sauce anymore anyway, like not that we should still be using the term pwnage in 2016, but this is YouTube and everybody's kind of in a fucking time warp, and if everybody else is going to say it, then I'm going to say it too, just so, it's like a when in Rome kind of thing. But yeah, weak sauce jumped the shark. Like, nobody fucking says that anymore, Gary.
There wasn't anything in there that sounded like pwnage. There wasn't anything in there that sounded like, oh, I got you. TJ runs scams now and then to make money. Yeah. He sells advertising, and Paul's ego has become just a mouthpiece for the bullshit. Like, and he's already done.
That's great pwnage, Gary. Like, find the flaw. I'm waiting for the flaw here.
That. I mean, it's quite obvious that Paul's ego is doing that. I mean, he sits there and,
yeah, it's quite obvious. That's what makes it good pwnage. If I was making some kind of absurd claim about them that was ostensibly untrue, then it would be weak sauce or fail sauce or whatever the fuck you just said.
Patronizes the audience by reading their name for contributing, and you're just such wonderful people, and I'm sure we'd hang out.
He Patreonizes the audience.
Together, if only we could, and maybe I'll see you at the next hangout.
Or are you talking about me? Were you talking about me or Paul?
Fat, stupid-looking people.
I'm lost. Fat, stupid. He's got to be talking about Paul. Okay.
Crowd of fat, stupid-looking people. Because Paul doesn't think he's fat, which is kind of funny.
Wait, what? Paul doesn't think he's fat? Oh, I found the gold in this video. 8 minutes and 14 seconds. There it is. There's the fucking gold in WTF. Oh man, does somebody have a link to this? Can somebody verify that Paul's ego doesn't think he's fat? Can someone please leave a time-stamped link in my comments and verify this? Because I don't want to just take Gary's word for it, but if that's true, this is my Christmas present for the day.
So anyway, it's all kind of hilarious.
Oh,
just
man.
Because Fakesagan was doing all this, just getting catting.
This, my mind is going to a Doug Stanhope routine. Not to cut Gary off here, but Doug Stanhope was doing this routine once where he's talking about how Americans just keep getting fatter and fatter, so the standard of fat has changed. It's like what did he say? Well, you might not think this guy's fat if you're some big sloppy Haystacks Calhoun motherfucker that can't even fit behind the wheel of his ice cream truck. It's you think you're fat, buddy? You don't know the meaning of fat. Look at me. And it's I have to figure there's something like that going on if Paul doesn't think he's fat. Like if he doesn't think he's fat, it's only because he's hanging out with TJ.
Kism lessons one day, and the next day he's doing this crap. And I can't be a Christian because I just can't be Christian, but I certainly believe in Christianity. So he believes in eternal damnation and
I do.
Precious soul, and it's Jesus.
I do, and speaking of eternal damnation, let me just derail onto another tangent here right quick. Just a little funny thing I came across that you guys might enjoy. So Saint John Chrysostom, who I call the original King of Ponage, by the way, apparently he was having a discourse about hell. Because he was like a patriarch at the time, and he was kind of like in charge of like this church congregation, and the people were saying to him, because this was in the early days of Christianity, so people still needed this kind of stuff explained, and they were like, why is there a hell? We don't like this idea of there being a hell. And St. John Chrysostom's response was, like he was pointing out all the things that poor beggars had to do to get the attention of the rich. And if I remember correctly, it was something about like people nailing boards to their heads, or like something crazy like that. But he was like, these poor guys have to nail boards to their heads just to get you to pay attention and give them some alms. And St. John Chrysostom said, instead of asking me why there's one hell, you should be asking me why there aren't two. And I fucking loved that answer. I thought that was some great stuff right there. Anyway, let's continue.
Died for it. He hung on a cross and suffered for your sins to make you a better world. And fuck that. I just can't be bothered. I really believe
fuck
he did
you, Gary.
I really believe he's son of God, and I really believe all that crap. But I just can't be all that fucking invested.
I mean, and I won't take it away from you that you've certainly been up on your own cross, suffering in your mind for the woes of humanity, and you're clearly a guy who has a bit of a savior complex himself. And here we're veering into projection because I think it's obvious to everybody that I do too. But yeah, I mean, don't trash talk my savior. I mean, like what the fuck have you ever really done, Gary?
I can't get all that fucking horny for any of that shit. Bullshit. You mean you can't really get horny for the idea that bullshit is the truth, and you just can't say the words, because you're still got some kind of little kitty fairy, little pussy is still.
I've lost the plot here.
Child is still roaming around.
I'm interrupting too much. I don't know what he's talking about.
You're afraid the crack on the sidewalk is going to break your mommy's back.
I don't want my mommy's back to get broken.
Daddy issues. What I think you really have is mommy issues, to tell you the truth. I
Oh?
think mommy let you down. She didn't protect you. See, my mommy wouldn't have let my stepdaddy or something harm me. My mommy thought I was sort of...
Oh, wait. Hold on. You can't hold my mom responsible for that shit. The fucking stepdad I had that abused me when I was a kid was like a fucking 200-pound ex-football player. What the fuck was my frail, skinny mom supposed to do? And this is just bullshit, Gary.
Yeah. So she wouldn't let no stepdaddy hold no guns to my head or shit. Mommy would have put on her Wonder Woman suit and she would have lassoed him and given him a good kicking out of the fucking house.
My mom was not Wonder Woman. She didn't have superpowers.
So I think what you really have is mommy issues.
She didn't have a
women, and because your mommy was just a fucking whore, just
shots fired.
With a big gun and
shots fired.
Talked fancy. Any fancy talker, and she was spreading her legs.
Spread eagle, baby.
You gotta punch a woman in the face now and then. It's you're really punching your mama.
Oh, sometimes you gotta smack. I shouldn't go into the. Sometimes you gotta smack a bitch. What can I say? I'm the chief of the Slapaho tribe. Okay, fine. The biggest mistake I ever made was sharing the fact that I have flaws with the forgiving YouTube community. But look, as far as my mom goes and having mommy issues, dude, I talk to my mom on the phone like a couple times a month. You know, it's like this is off base here, Gary.
Such a daddy, not just stepdaddy. But anyway, I don't want him to be doing a bunch of psychological diagnosis because I couldn't really give a rat's fucking ass.
Good, because you suck at it.
Because what Fakesagan clearly is insane.
Coming from you.
He kind of assured the...
Coming from Gary inmendham.
It's okay.
Coming from the guy who threatens judges and gets himself on Fox News. You gotta be crazy to be anywhere near Fox News.
Hey, we can do this ponage fun thing because I'm not going to go psychotic and shoot up the place. Yeah, right. I'm sure they're feeling really confident that they can get into some mega battle with the crazy Fakesagan and they don't have to worry at all that this kook with his guns, his 2 AK-47s that he's ready to take on the Chinese tank army with.
Hold on. Whoa. There's a lot to respond to here. For one thing, I only have one AK-47, although I do have multiple assault rifles, but they're not all AKs. But what was the other thing about? Like you're just ripping off my talking points, Gary. I mean, this claim that the DP had a meeting before episode 305 was recorded, and TJ kind of pulled him aside and said, "Hey, we better go easy on this guy because he might show up to one of our meetups like this Joseph Martelli dude and fuck our shit up." That was I'm the one that put that forth. So, you know, how are you going to throw it back in my... And by the way, look at this still. This is inmendham on drugs. Anyway.
He's not going to, decide when he's going out, he might as well take out the trash. So when it's going out day, he'll take out the trash.
Gary, come on, man. Like, if I was going to be some deranged school shooter or something, don't you think it would have happened by now? I'm fucking 37 years old, bro. Give me a break. Like, I went through the trauma and abuse of high school like everybody else. I went through college and trying to find myself and doing a whole bunch of drugs. I've been through a lot of shit in my life. If I was going to snap and do a mass shooting, it would have happened years ago. I mean, I think at the point I'm at in life, I've kind of reached some semblance of equilibrium where that's not really a legitimate concern. But the reason why I put that claim in my my video, Fakesagan pwns the drunken peasants, is because I know that they see me that way. I know that that's how TJ is genuinely afraid of me. He thinks I truly am like this unhinged, insane person, which I just think is kind of funny. But whatever. Anyway, let's go on.
It's a perfectly reasonable way to think, but it's really a bad bit of logic when it's in the brain of a psychotic. That's the part where it all goes wrong. Good rational sense, take out the trash, doesn't really work when it's in the hands of some asshole who can't figure out what trash really is.
Is he talking about me or is he talking about the DP? I'm not, Gary. If you're talking about me, what are you saying, that I'm not worthy of my own ideas? Like, if I come up with a good idea, it's a good idea, but it doesn't count because it came from me or so? That actually wouldn't be the first time I've heard people say something similar to that on YouTube. Like, I've had people leave comments plenty of times where it's like, oh, Fakesagan's right, but it doesn't count because he's Fakesagan. Whatever.
So anyway, that's the problem. But yes, you do have to worry about touching Fakesagan off. I mean, saying the wrong thing to Fakesagan because, yeah.
Well, Gary, I find a gaping flaw in this logic here because, like, you're saying all kinds of loud shit about me right now. Like, you just called my mom a whore who will spread her legs for any fast-talking player or whatever the hell you said. And, like, your docs got dropped years ago. Everybody knows where you fucking live. I don't know off the top of my head because I don't give a shit, but I'm sure if I spent 5 minutes on Google, I could fucking figure it out. So, like, why aren't you worried? Is this some weird attempt at like, suicide on your part? Or, because, like, if you believe what you're saying... And by the way, like, let me state very clearly, I'm not making a threat against anybody. I'm not threatening physical violence in any way. I'm just pointing out the inconsistency in what he's saying here. He's saying, like, you better not you better not take the gloves off with the Fakesagan and hurt this guy's feelings, because he might go Joseph Martelli on your ass and like come gunning for you with his multiple AK-47s. Gary, if you really believed that, why would you be making this video right here? Because, like, everybody knows where you are. Whatever.
He's going to do his gun nut thing on you. And there's absolutely no reason for...
Gun nut? Okay. Gary, I've got 5 guns. Right? You're not a gun nut if you only have 5. Fucking Jesus Freak has more guns than I do. For fuck's sake. And it's not like I can't afford them. I got to 5, and I was like, this is really all I need. Like, any further guns would just kind of be a waste of my money, and they'd be taking up room in my apartment and shit. What? This is another... You can fucking stop. I don't know if it's just Gary or you can kind of do this to anybody, but I like how I can just pause his videos at any point and get something like this.
Anybody to think he's a safe guy. He admits he can't even stop hitting women. He's even worried.
What the fuck, Gary? What the fuck? WTF, Gary? I said that I used to do that and that I feel guilty about it. I never said I couldn't stop. What the... Okay, now in reference to my daughter, I have said that I still have, like, violence within me, and I'm afraid of like, what kind of parent I would be, because every once in a while I do lose my temper and I get violent with people. But as far as, like, domestic violence or any kind of something you could construe as spousal abuse, I haven't fucking done that shit in years, man. What the fuck?
He might hit his own kid. So for fuck's sake, we're supposed to be assured that, oh yeah, he's not gonna go wacky, and he already stated that he was gonna come to my house and that.
Oh well, Gary, look, I keep doing it to myself. Anyway, though, what was I talking about? Man, I lost my train of thought because of this face. Oh, I have to go back now. Damn it.
He admits he can't even stop hitting women. He's even worried he might hit his own kid. So for fuck's sake, we're supposed to be assured that, oh yeah, he's not gonna go wacky and
No, okay. So here's what I was gonna say. It's still funny. Yeah, like, for one thing, all right, there's different levels of violence. Okay. There are a lot of people who go out to bars on the weekend and pick a fight. There are a lot of people who lose their cool at work and like shove somebody against the wall or do whatever the fuck. But that's worlds apart from, pulling out my arsenal and like going to the DP meetup, You guys better shut your mouths about me. This is it. And I'm not that violent, Gary. I mean, come on, like, this is just hyperbole.
He already stated that he was going to come to my house, and when I saw that video, I was going to jump in my car and load up to go beat the shit out of some.
Gary, I said my first instinct when you were talking shit about Stephanie was to go to your house and pull, I think my exact words were, pull that rat's nest of hair off the stupid looking clown wig. That's what I said. Pull the stupid looking clown wig you call hair out of your scalp. I think that's exactly right. I think I also said I would grab you by your scrawny neck. But for me to say that that's my instinct and that's the feeling that I had doesn't mean I was ever actually contemplating this or considering considering actually doing it. I mean, there's a big difference between having a feeling and like premeditating a crime.
Buddy, I was going to go drive a couple of 1,000 miles, to punch somebody in the face.
No, I really wasn't, Gary.
And everybody's supposed to.
I could give a flying fuck
let's go
about
play with Dynamite Sagan. So anyway,
Dynamite Sagan. I do kind of like that. I don't know if it's good enough to start using it, but I might. Like, see, I do this all the time where people come up with insults about me and then I just kind of adopt it. Like, the old tagline for my channel description was pathological individualism. because somebody called me a pathological individualist. I can't even remember who it was. Dynamite Sagan. I kind of... I'm TNT Dynamite! I won't torture you with my... Yeah, that's... No more of that. Okay, I promise.
But yeah, loop-de-doo. I mean, this is, you know, I mean, it's just pathetic. It's pathetic that he does this archaic religious shit, and then he jumps to this, look, I'm being new and modern, and then, you know, and it's just totally lame. And
So by poning the drunken peasants, I'm purporting myself to be quote-unquote new and modern? I don't see how that fits. I definitely do consider myself, at least at present, to be a traditionalist and a bit of a reactionary. I would like to see a return to... Whatever, I'm getting derailed. We're never going to finish this video. I'm only 12 minutes and fucking 43 seconds in. Holy shit.
And poning people, you know, in this manner, anyway, went out with all intellectual reason. There's nobody smart enough on the internet to even understand any kind of articulate ponage. So the only kind of ponage that works
I wouldn't agree with that.
Ha ha, I made you shit your pants, or, you know, ha ha, I made boogers fly out of your nose, or, you know, some sort of...
No.
You know, it has to be stupid.
No, maybe your audience is too fucking stupid. Gary, I feel that I've cultivated a very intelligent and urbane viewing audience. In fact, when I did which video was it? It was one of my recent videos. I can't remember fucking which video it was, but it was one of the headier ones. This guy, what is his name? Billy Goat or fucking Goat something. I can't fucking remember. Billy Gruff, whatever. I'm not trying to insult the guy. I actually like him. I'm having a brain fart right now. I used to smoke a lot of fucking weed, guys. Cut me some slack. Anyway, though, yeah, he left some comment where he said, "Oh, nobody in your audience is going to get this. This is going to go over everybody's head." And I replied to him saying, "Well, you get it. You know, you're the one who gets it. So that's all that matters."
And smellier. That's the only thing that means anything. Like you poisoned their food or something. You have to do something insanely stupid to win any kind of poning war. Or owning war, as I like to consider it. I always thought it was a better metaphor for ponage, was just another way of saying ownage. You know, you be my bitch kind of thing.
I prefer ponage. Pop the cork on that bottle of vintage Chateau Le Ponage.
But whatever, you know, people have their own way of looking at things. So, you know, until Fakesagan fixes this icon, he's already self-pwned.
That icon does not need to be fixed. Look, you guys are so full of fucking fail for, like, trying to attack me on what is obviously a self-deprecating joke that I made intentionally. Like, what the fuck is this DP narrative that, like, oh, Fakesagan thinks he looks so cool in his 70s coke dealer outfit, but he really just looks like a pedophile that would be luring kids into a van with candy. And that's rich coming from TJ, by the way, who's a bona fide real deal pedophile. But look, here's the thing. That picture is from it's from a TV show I did like years ago, and I posted it because it's fucking funny, like because I know I look like a dork in it, and I thought it would crack people up. Whatever.
I mean, this Redeker one is okay. You know, but no, that's not
Redeker?
really Fakesagan anymore. You have to do some acting to bring back, you know, to regenerate that kind of.
But by the way, that picture is also from that's also from TV. Should I just tell you guys what it is? Yeah, sure. That one with me standing with the pickaxe that some people commented and said that it looks like I just escaped from North Korea. Well, it should look that way because that is when I was an extra on Into the Badlands. And in that scene, I am portraying a opium poppy field slave. So there you go, right there. Now you know the story behind that one. But I just liked the picture. I thought it looked cool. I mostly like the background of it with the sprawling field and like the blue sky and all the clouds and everything. So you know, lots of pretty colors to catch people's eye. I thought, yeah, this is a good main channel page graphic, so I used it.
Yeah, you know, quality to his persona, because he really has kind of turned into this. Anyway.
Whatever. This is lame.
So yeah, it's just all quite dismal and horrid.
This video is dismal and horrid, Gary.
Shit. So I do have a list of things I told myself to mention, but I don't know if they're going to be worth it.
Holy shit, you have prepared fucking talking points? You've got a bullet point list for your fucking videos? And this is still the dreck that we get? What the fuck, man? What are you, Jank Uger? You've got your fucking... Holy shit.
It's just dismal.
You better stick to that bullet point list, Gary.
Just barely. I was feeling a little better, but just feeling like crap today. But it's not
it
really
shows.
a problem. But I think there's just I have a malaise problem.
Your content is crap today.
Because this is just nothing. Yeah, nothing to chew on here.
How about my dick?
Let's see. So, that's what we do. Well, that's not really ponage. So anyway, so we did the week thing. We did the, straight dope. Well, yeah, so Fakesagan did let loose a little bit of something that was kind of a curious statement, where he said him and straight dope are working on some kind of collaboration. I hope this isn't it. Because, man, that was...
Oh, okay. Does anybody want a little bit more about that? So, straight dope approached me a couple months ago when I had my old channel, and he said, hey, like, would you be interested in doing a collaboration with me? And he kind of told me in no uncertain terms, like, I think that you're coming unhinged and you're crazy, so it'll sort of make you like an interesting color commentator. And I responded back to him saying, like, I still think you're a boring Canadian douchebag, but yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to do this just to see the looks on people's faces, because they'll be like, Fakesagan is straight dope. And to me, that's, I mean, half of what I do on YouTube is just me, like, trolling the audience, essentially. Like, I like to see how people will react to shit. Well, anyway, the status is I didn't hear anything back from Straight Dope for a long time, and he just remained silent about the whole thing. And then recently he started leaving comments on my videos again, like, hey, I'm sending you PMs, I'm trying to get into contact with you, which I would, bring up my private messages right now and show you guys, but it'd be kind of douchey to show all my private messages, because there's a lot of other people in there, and I'm sure they want their private messages to me to be private. And Straight Dope probably does too, but fuck him because he's Straight Dope. But anyway, so he finally got back into contact with me again, and he's like, yeah, sorry, I've been hella busy, I can't imagine with what, jerking off to fucking anime or whatever he does. But he's like, yeah, I still want to do this, so how can I get in touch with you? And I gave him my email address, and he sent the last correspondence that I got from Straight Dope was this kind of angry email where he's like, why'd you let the cat out of the bag? It was going to be a surprise, and this would have been so much better if nobody knew it was going to happen until we actually let it drop. And I replied to him saying, and he put a little burn in too. He was like, as an old man, I would think you would know better by now. Because like 37 years old, I'm Methuselah over here, right? So I replied to him back saying, this is not gonna, like, having the element of surprise isn't gonna make this any better than it would be otherwise. Like we're gonna get the same amount of attention whether we just let it drop on people like cold, or whether they get some teasers and they know it's coming first. And then I got a little dig in on him, and I said, Dopey, don't think for 1 minute that I don't understand why it really is that you want to do a collaboration with me, and it has nothing to do with the fact that like you think I'm so crazy and unhinged it'll make it your content more interesting. What it has to do with is the fact that you jumped the shark, you've become obsolete. Like every video I've seen this guy upload in the past year or so has been like a re-upload of one of his old videos. He's got nothing left. I mean, because really, like, he only buttered his bread by taking digs at YouTubers who actually were talented and creative and had original ideas. But, as Gary himself has pointed out in this video, ponage is dead. It's not really as much of a thing as it used to be anymore. So, like, and I call myself the king of ponage, but I've got other things going on too. I do these vlogs. I talk about all kinds of stuff. I talk about politics. I talk about philosophy. I talk about religion. All Straight Dope really had going for him was like being straight dope, and that's kind of jumped the shark. So what I said to him in my email is like, yeah, I'm gonna do this because I know that you need me, and I feel like it's my Christian duty to help you out. And even though that was an insult, it's also the fucking truth. And that is essentially why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for the same reason that I gave my old nemesis, Jesus Freak, $1,000 for his daughter. I'm trying to reconcile myself with my enemies and start doing the right thing. Also, I think a collaboration between me and Straight Dope would frankly probably be pretty entertaining. I kind of envision it being like this... like he's kind of like the effeminate Alan Combs to my dashing Sean Hannity. Like I think I think having me and Straight Dope co-host anything is just bound to make me look incredible because that guy is such a fucking tool. Anyway though, and by the way, Straight Dope, if you're watching this and your feelings are getting butthurt here, I've never hid my feelings about you. I mean, I still think you're a douche, but I'm still more than willing to do this collaboration if you're actually serious about it. So, the next move is yours, sir. I'm waiting.
Nothing. Still can't think of something in there that was any kind of ridicule. I mean, he ridiculed Paul's ego for thinking that he might have been, that Paul might have been emotionally damaged by being robbed at gunpoint.
Is that a tell right there? Like when he scratches his, does that indicate something?
And left naked in the brush or something. And it does seem like
it's still funny.
Kind of an experience might do something to you.
It's still funny.
So that doesn't seem like much of an accusation by Fakesagan because he's so tough. He's endured it all.
Hold on. I'm not making myself out to be some kind of rock hard tough guy here. The reason the Paul thing is so funny, it works on a lot of levels. For one, Paul is a bully. Okay, he's going around acting like a douchebag, going around acting like a gangsta. For another thing, Paul, and for those of you who aren't as perceptive as I am, maybe you didn't pick up on this. Not everybody has the keen intuition of the Fakesagan. Okay. Paul is a huge fucking racist. I don't know who hasn't noticed that, but the guy is. Like these parodies of rap videos that he's always doing and stuff like that, but he is white as Wonder Bread. I mean, in just his mannerisms and the way, like he's the textbook bleeding heart liberal who loves blacks so much, but he would never hang out with a black dude. When have you ever fucking seen Paul's ego hanging out with a black dude? On YouTube, in real life, or fucking anywhere. But he's always doing these rap parodies and shit, obviously because he thinks that, essentially they're minstrel shows. Like, he's putting on blackface and being Al Jolson and just making fun of how stupid their culture is to him. So that's Paul's ego, and that's why it's just even funnier to me that he got jacked by two black dudes. I mean, that's poetic, and maybe that's why he's a racist. I mean, I don't know, like, because it happened when he was a teenager. Maybe that's why he's a fucking racist. But yeah, I mean, like, so I guess this is going to be what's making the headlines. And that, Fakesagan called Paul's ego racist. Well, is it unsubstantiated? I guess I don't have any evidence, but my intuition tells me that he is, and if nobody else besides me is able to see that, like if I'm the only person who's picked up on it, then I'm actually going to be pretty disappointed in the rest of y'all. So there you go.
And he's not at all psychologically damaged. I mean, that was the funny part of it, is that Fakesagan really does think he's not completely unhinged. He thinks he's got a hinge that actually still works somewhere inside of him.
Are you fun? So what you just said is that I claim that I'm not at all psychologically damaged? But yet, like, not even 5 minutes ago in this same video, you were mentioning the fact that I'm afraid to be around my daughter because of what kind of parent I might be, which is clearly an acknowledgement of my own psychological and emotional problems. So, yeah, like, you're just contradicting yourself here, Gary.
And he is as unhinged as they come. So, I mean, it's just kind of funny. He's totally PSD.
No. Well, PTSD, not PSD. But you are as unhinged as they come, Gary. I'm unhinged. Okay, I am a little unhinged, but you are as unhinged as they come.
They're all over the place or whatever that shit is. You know, he's postal, you know, in every functional way. And here he is talking about how, look, I survived it.
Postal. Again, references to mass shootings. Gary, I've never fucking shot anyone. Alright, I did put a gun to one guy's head who totally fucking deserved it. But I've never fucking shot anybody, Gary, and I'm not planning to.
Well, apparently you didn't survive it, asshole. You have daydreams of you know, holding off the Chinese army with your AK-47s. That's
No, the U.S. Army. Get it right.
the definition of somebody who's not very well glued together. You know, crazy glue.
Oh, come on, Gary. It's the fucking current year. Everybody is fantasizing about fucking facing off against the feds, and the feds are fantasizing about facing off against the American people. We've become the most paranoid society on planet Earth in 2016. The fucking top billing show on TV is The Walking Dead. This is what everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid of their fellow fucking man in the U.S. in 2016. Okay, that's our biggest fear is social unrest, totalitarianism, martial law. That is at the heart of the collective unconscious right now. So don't fucking single me out like I'm the weirdo here. I like this little still, by the way. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, so that's a guy with some crazy glue holding them together.
Crazy for crazy glue. Yeah, I dated myself with that one.
Like, you know, crazy glue holding someone together.
The whole world's going crazy. Ah!
But see, that would have no meaning on the internet.
That kind of scared me.
10 years ago, that might have been a good joke.
Got my speakers turned up loud.
Over their heads. Because, you know, they're all Trumpies. And they've got little tiny dicks, little tiny brains, little short stubby fingers.
No comment. No comment.
Really getting ugly.
It wouldn't be Christian to
so
brag.
Brett Keane outing by Palm Jam or Jam Pummy, Pumice, Japumice. Anyway,
Palm Jam.
So yes, apparently some guy made friends with Brett Keane for a year and talked to him on Skype or phone or private.
How far? 17 minutes? Oh, we are going long. We're going long. Okay, guys, I'll tell you what. Fuck, everybody's gonna call me a pussy if I don't watch the whole thing. Like, they're gonna say, oh, he really nailed you at the end. Fuck. This is gonna be so long and boring.
And all this stuff, and was his fake friend just so he could record his conversations for this eventual ponage where he will out him as being a preposterous liar. Like everybody doesn't know that already. Like Brett Keane isn't just got it on automatic. His whole personality is just. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Brett Keane Show.
That's me, not Brett Keane.
Just running all the time. There's no.
Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTubes. No, when you do the nasal voice, the deep nasal voice, that's me. Brett Keane talks more like this whenever he makes his YouTube videos there, and he has always kind of talked like this. That's Brett Keane.
No This is brought to you by, did I mention Brett Keane, or did I say Brett Keane? Did I let you know that this is something to do with Brett Keane, and this is entirely composed by Brett Keane, except for the parts just completely stolen off of Google?
That's Fakesagan.
It's all about Brett Keane, and it's the Brett Keane Show, and, you know, in there somewhere is some crap about God, but I don't believe any of that crap. Well, anyway... So anyway, who knows what the big reveal will be, because there really can't be, because like Fakesagan, Brett Keane is this 1 minute he's one thing, 1 minute the next thing, 1 minute who cares? It's just you know, and it's just...
Yeah, but there's a very big and important difference. I change my mind a lot. Brett Keane believes one thing and says another. He's a fucking liar. I don't lie. I'm just kind of in a state of flux all the time. I'm kind of mercurial. I'm always changing my mind. There's a big important difference there.
This trolling for dollars kind of crap, as it appears to be.
Well, I haven't started e-begging yet.
So the Jesus Creep made some video, so maybe I'll play with that. Something about
the Jesus Creep.
Forgiving Hitler.
Did he just invent that, or is that a thing?
Fun. But let's just point out who Jesus Creep is. Jesus Creep is this fake Christian who has a daughter, 16 years old.
No. I'm pretty sure JF is the real deal. He's been too consistent about Christ for too long for it to be a put on. I don't buy that, Gary.
And he makes a pretty good living. He hates the whole social infrastructure. He's this big capitalist guy. Fuck the whole Jesus story about helping poor and doing all that kind of crap, or charity or any kind of shit. It's every man for...
Although how good of a Christian he is, I would call into question. By the way, I'm just going to out you in this video, Jesus Freak. I was talking to this guy on the phone, and kind of like expressing how incredulous I am that he's still rubbing elbows with Brett Keane after the tapes came out. And he admitted to me in no uncertain terms that it's like he likes the attention and views that he's getting by hanging out with Brett Keane and doing those live shows, because like his logic is, oh well, it grows my ministry, it increases my ministry. You know, I'm like anybody else on YouTube. I don't want to be talking to myself. I want to be heard. Well, I think you should have a little bit of concern over what you're being heard for, and be a little bit more concerned about the integrity of your ministry than the scope of it. So so shots fired, motherfucking there. There's one across your fucking stern, Jesus Freak. You had it coming, buddy.
Himself, your wages should be as low as the number of people.
Call it iron sharpening iron if you want, by the way. Like, I've got to keep Christianity elite on YouTube. Like, you guys are fucking slipping hard. I'm just saying.
Applying for the job, you deserve low wages, if you get them, because there's tons of high wage jobs, and it's your fault that you're not getting all those available high wage jobs.
Holy shit, I just realized something. Oh, this is so meta. I compared myself to St. Paul, and I compared Jesus Freak to St. Peter, and St. Paul just rebuked St. Peter. Holy shit, this is so fucking meta. And they say there's no God? Fucking checkmate, atheists. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say there's like meaning behind everything and there's no coincidences. Holy, like my mind is like fucking blown right now. I did not even plan this, guys, I swear.
And
wow.
That real kind of cunt.
And he goes out and steals money. My head is spinning.
He goes out and puts up a fake charity thingy where he's pretending.
Not even paying attention to Gary anymore.
We need the money, right? Nobody would expect it, like Ivanka Trump to say, "Oh, I broke my fingernail," and it's terrible, jagged and everything. And
all right, guys. No offense. I made it through 19 minutes and 46 seconds. I want to go vape right now. I'm just fucking tired of this shit. If anybody thinks like I'm like wussing out for not doing the whole 58-minute and 15-second long video and responding to the whole damn thing, which I hope would have resulted in a 3-hour-long DP tier fucking boring ass video. I guess leave it in the comments section below, and if enough people feel like it's necessary, I'll make a part 2, and I guess a part 3 would also be required. You know, but if it's only one or two assholes saying that, then I'm not going to bother doing it because I feel like I've responded adequately. Like, fucking Gary's got nothing on me. The king of ponage, bitch, right here. There it is, the crown. The crown rests heavy upon my weathered brow. You know, so. Anyway, yeah, that's all the news that's fit to print. Keep it fake.